Good morning. Good morning. How you guys doing? 7:35 in Chicago. Kind of quiet, man. Kind of quiet. Spies, Qs, and diamonds are taking day down. Crude is cruising. Still coming up here. Starting to pull back a little bit here. All right, but pretty relentless yesterday on the oil. All right, there was no stop, no pullbacks too much. All right, so we're sitting around yesterday's highs. On the BZs, which is the Brent crude, we're sitting there at $104.24. We got the light sweet crude above 95, and I think that's the key number right there. We'd like to get below that number. I think we're in a better place. Trading at 96.90 right now, and you get that UCO closed at 40.90, and it's trading at 42.23. All right, so crude on the move here a bit. All right, with the futures all taking day down. All right, and everything's looking kind of quiet. Trying to find a place to hide, guys. Trying to find a place to hide. So a couple things that we can look at. One of them would be the XLPs, but they're not really performing so much on XLP. Had a downer day yesterday with the shooter down. It's got the same problem that the market's got. You can't see that quarter, but it is green. But it is a shooter coming back down. We'll see if something we can maybe flip on a 4 hour. We got a 3 cooking now here inside here. It's not much going on, 81.23, all right? So we're going to be opening inside day. We watch a couple other. Here's Pepsi. Pepsi was shooter down on day, but trying to fight back today now. Back to 150. Where are we at right now? 151.10, 151.10. So we're stuck inside there. You think the staples would be moving here, but they're not. All right, so staples down, Coca-Cola shooter down, trying to come back up here. If you wanted to get up 75, 74. All right, so I don't know what this means over here, but even if that went up to 74.83, you're still stuck inside that day big time. All right, Colgate is another one there that we would keep an eye on. Shooter down, so you get what I'm coming from, right? All right, now XLB, maybe we get something moving on here. Little higher now, right? We closed at 49.09. We did give a shooter back down. But this morning, I don't know. It's not telling me anything. I just go off of what we see here. 49.76 if you want to get up back to the highs, and you're trading at 49.09. So inside the day there for sure. Gold is unchanged. Is that right? Yeah. Look at gold is unchanged. All right. So nothing going on there. PSLV probably going to be looking the same there. Okay. So yeah, quiet. All right. Very quiet on the metals. All right. All right. So metals quiet. What groups have? I mean, if there's places to hide, I have a couple thoughts here. XLV on your healthcare. If XLV does start to turn around and start to build strength, you'll see the diamonds. The diamonds will get back up. All right, that's the biggest part of their group there. All right, so we'll see what happens with that, but no sign of a rally starting anywhere other than a weekly that's been going up here. You're down everywhere across the board. All right, so healthcare. Not doing anything here. All right, quiet day. It seems like it's a little eerie this morning. We're down. We'll finish it up at the end there with the diamonds and the spies. All right, so XLV, we got that. What else we got here? we'll look at XLF in that group. Shooter down. You're getting the picture here. Weak down. All right. XLI with your industrials. More pressure to the downside. So still setting up, and we're still watching our stocks, our Emersons, and our groups, and I'll keep you updated. But we're just watching them go down right now, and that's what we're doing, trying to find some money on the way down. Again, you can look at these again. I think I talked about these yesterday. So Sudsies is moving up very nicely. SDS, you took a 3-2 up on the 4-hour yesterday. So Sudsies continue to move to the upside. All right, even the quarter's getting right now. I'll tell you, they're getting their Cummins. I'll tell you that. It's been a long time. All right, so Sudsies, and then the SQQQs are going to be tied to the NASDAQ, and the triple Qs starting to pull back a little bit. So I watch these. Obviously, you guys watch the VIX, I would imagine. Sitting at 27 $27 right now when somebody took my VIX away. All right, 2-2 back up on the day there yesterday. We're at 29, guys, so looking to go up to $30 on the so we're getting up at the starting to go up to some highs here on the VIX. So we'll definitely be watching broadening formation moves to the upside up there. If the VIX ever starts to break back down and our markets start to firm up. All right. So, but until that happens, you guys know where we are. All right. Our 10-year is up to 4.468 now. Yields are rising. Okay. Dollar is coming down a little bit, but the dollar is rising. All right. So some people are not happy about that. I'll tell you that. People who want rates to get cut, we'd be looking at rates. We're looking at rates to go up. Okay. All right. So I wish I could say there's a bunch of I do have some gapper list names. Hold on a second. We'll get a couple. Unity is up this morning. That's right. The U. All right. The U was 1703 was the low yesterday. This thing's taken up 19, so it's taken out this whole 2-day right here. Even getting more than that, 1911. We're getting 1960, 1990 to triangle out the whole mess here. All right, so gonna get a nice gapper up on Unity today. Brown-Forman. Here's another one, man. Booze. I tell you, people aren't drinking anymore, man. So that's not a bad thing, I gotta say. All right, Brown-Forman B. All right, so Brown-Forman now looking to merge, and when I say merge, I think you're going to see a lot of consolidation in the booze industry. Right now, these companies are all hurting. All right, so this is the first sign that I see of a merger starting with Pernod. Pernod is a big champagne company out of France. All right, so interesting to see if they can cut a deal and start to consolidate. I think there's going to be more consolidation. I think there's more consolidation in everything. All right, but for booze, for sure, sales are down, and they've been staying down, and they haven't gotten back up in a while. All right, NVIDIA is a little bit lower here this morning. I'm looking here at my so Microsoft, a little bit lower again this morning, but just by a couple bucks. Apple is hanging in there, and Apple was the first one to take week up. All right, the first one to do it out of them all. All right, he went back into the hole, but and shoot her down. But look at I see some green over here. All right, I'm seeing some green over here. It's only a 5-minute bar, but there's little tiddlings. All right, so I'm going to be watching the Mag 7 now. Because I think that maybe there's capitulation soon. But we'll see. All right. And then all of our satellite stocks are dead on arrival. If any one of them looks up, look for Sats. Sats it made a really nice move for us, and then it died on the vine, as you can see right there. Okay, so the two brought you back down on the shooter, and now here we are back at 111. All right, kind of dead right now. All right, stuck in the side. No sign of getting anything to get together here. All right, so we'll see if Iridium even is cooled off a little bit here on your IRDM, and this thing's been really moving good. And now you're kind of stalling her back out. We're going to see if these things can start to break. We were an inside day yesterday, and now we're taking a through 2-1-2 back down, and we're doing our job. 27.15, not yet. All right, still going to be inside the 2-day, but Iridium is going to be taking a step lower this morning. I like that GILT. That one's pretty good too, but that group is really dead right now. Couple of stocks that I saw yesterday that popped up. CrowdStrike had a good day yesterday. Some of the cyber stocks, you would think some of these would move, right? CrowdStrike had a decent day yesterday. What we got going on here this morning now. What is that low? 381.23. Oh, yeah. We're getting whacked again here to the downside. All right, so from 381, we're going to go down to 367 now. All right, so lower on CrowdStrike and Fortinet. Fortinet had a decent day yesterday too with the outsider now, and then gapping down. 78.15 was the low. We're down to 77.76. On weakness, but everything's on weakness. Let's go to the futures and talk. All right, so SPY says we're back down to dates. See, I keep a record of every highs and lows of the futures. So we're back into right now 647.84 was back from September 29th was the last time we traded down here. All right, so we're breaking down to 462.37. So in my little world right now, 640.46. 640.46 might be a good support level for us. Write that number down. All right, that would be 640.46 to the downside. We'll see if we can get any kind of support level there, and that is going to be for your SPY. Okay, and then we're going to go look at the Qs. All right, so Qs, we're back here now at 569.90, 569.66, still coming down right now. All right, so we're lower here, taking day down, and our day is, I don't know, I have to look on the chart, on the bigger chart to see what's going on there. But triple Qs, all right, so we break down to 569, 568.54, 568.54. We'll see if we get any kind of little bit of support there. I'm just trying to find something where we can try to feel like we're firming up and just makes us feel better. All right, so diamonds, DIA, coming back down. Here we are at 457.56, 457.6. Was it 457.56 right now? I gotta go down to 452.44, 452.44 to the downside, looking for some support in that area. We now are down officially about 7.5% down on the NASDAQ, and on that SPY, we're real close to that number as well. So we're still not in a bear market, but you know, we could easily go down 10%. We could easily give up another 3% to the downside with this war business going on. and we opened up a can of worms here that we're going to be difficult to get out of. That's my opinion on that. All right, so I'm going to let you be at this. If anything changes dramatically during the day, just keep your hands in your pocket. If you're inclined to trade the SUDs and the SQs and the UVXYs, be cautious. Be cautious. All right, these things are very volatile. Watch as the markets watch. Like what I'll be doing is, as I see the SPY come down on the open, I know that the sudsies are going to be up on the highs. So then we'll see, if they start to break down from there, and then we'll watch out for it. All right. So again, keep your powder dry. All right. Be good. Happy Friday. Next Friday is Good Friday. We don't have a work day that day. I think they're still going to put out the unemployment numbers, though. All right. We got Jerome Powell talking next week. All right. We got a couple other things. We got Tuesday. We got earnings. I got Nike. I got Restoration Hardware. I got McCormick. If you like your spices, that's me. All right. So that's it. That's all I got. I'll definitely be back during the day. Be good.